Netanyahu's senior foreign policy advisor and senior contributing editor for the Jewish News Syndicate, Caroline Glick. Thank you so much for being here, Caroline. Can you tell me here, we look at some of these media outlets. We have some networks that are they're focusing right now on the death toll of the Palestinians. The numbers reported there are by the Hamas Health Ministry, which we know we can't really trust. There's no hard and proof facts on this. Rather than the success of the Israel freeing these 4 hostages that have been under terrorist control since October 7th. What do you make of this, the narrative here?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on your program. And indeed, you're absolutely right. The Hamas Health Ministry data are total fabrications. You know, we even had the AP, which has been blindly following them as a credible source, acknowledging that they had to reduce the number of women and children killed in Gaza by 50% just last week. But then they continued to parrot the line of Hamas about the number of casualties on Saturday in Nusrat. And there are 2 things that you have to keep in mind here. One is that the IDF itself assesses that the number of casualties is probably much closer to 100, and the Hamas is claiming that it's something like 270, 290, something like that. So that's first thing that you have to bear in mind. The second thing that you have to bear in mind is that what we're seeing with the international media, and unfortunately also with a lot of the international community, with Europeans, with the European Union, with the UN, and even with the Biden administration, that they're treating as credible this idea that people who aren't wearing military uniforms are civilians. But all of the hostages were held in homes that belonged to civilians. The 3 men were held in a home owned by a family, the Jamal family. The father is a physician, and his son was an Al Jazeera reporter. And they were holding the 3 male hostages. Noa Argamani said that she was held by a very wealthy family as well. The people who attacked the IDF forces, the commandos who were evacuating the hostages from Nusrat to the beach to medevac them to Israel in an attack helicopter, were civilians. They were not wearing uniforms. These hostages were held in a crime against humanity. Both their captivity and their kidnapping were considered under international law crimes against humanity. They were held by civilians in a civilian area where people knew that they were being held. So this implicates the society at large. And rather than recognize that, the Biden administration, the UN, the EU, and the media are acting as though all of these people are guileless, innocent civilians. It's very disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, they're complicit in it, these civilians, if they're holding these hostages. But I want to get to this, too, real quick. We're running out of time. Benny Gantz, a key member of Netanyahu's war cabinet, has resigned, claiming that Netanyahu is preventing Israel from advancing here this true victory. Is there any concern here to this move that may lead to Netanyahu losing support from the Israeli people? And we have about 20 seconds, so we'll have to be very quick. I apologize.
No, I think that it's viewed as an American ploy that Gantz is cooperating with to oust Netanyahu from power. But the more he stands up to American pressure, the wider his support among the Israeli public. So I think this is going to backfire both on Gantz and on the Biden administration. All
right, we'll continue to watch. Thank you so much, Caroline Glick. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much.